Welcome into the 2025 Twin Cities Film Fest, sponsored by Stearns Bank. I'm Blythe Whealy, hosting the red carpet at the Marcus West End Cinema. We're joined now by the film The Seventh Turn. We have the producers with me. We have the writer and director. We're going to start here with explaining who's next to me on this side. This is Amy Matthews, one of the producers, Eric Howell, writer-director, as well as Jillian Nodland, another producer here on this film. But to kick things off, I always love hearing about an overview, make sure our viewers are up to speed. Eric, could you help me with this?
Sure. Yeah, The Seventh Turn is a 20-minute ghost story based on a Spanish urban legend about gaslighting and also about understanding and believing in your own truth. It's a story of both the fear of being mentally coerced and also the relief in believing in your own truth. So it's a story we created based on a Spanish urban legend and turned it into something about something.
And you guys all did so wonderful with this film. Thank you for bringing it here to the Twin Cities Film Fest. Amy, I want to talk about what it was like getting on board with this project. What made you want to help make sure this story got told?
Well, I remember the moment that Eric called me, actually. I was shopping and ended up making a 20-minute shopping into an hour, 2-hour and 20-minute shopping.
Sounds like a good day.
It was a great day. And he said, hey, I got this script. It was passed to me by a person that I highly respect in Spain. It's a Spanish legend, and it's about ghostlighting, and it's about coercive control, and I don't know if there's anything there. And he knew I had been a co-founder of a nonprofit for domestic abuse survivors. And so at that moment, I said everything that I've been researching and studying to know what I got through and why I started that is going to be the dialogue of this film, making sure that we were on point with telling the story from a way that was familiar to anybody, super accessible, but also hitting on the head something that is really hard to kind of define, you know? And so it was really an exciting process. I was honored that he brought me on. Jillian is our lead producer. I've learned so much from. It was a magical crew. You can't get a better team than this.
Well, I would agree. Just by seeing your film, I can see that all shined through. And Jillian, I want to talk about what you're hoping the audience leaves here today, feeling and maybe just what they're taking away from this film.
I hope that they leave with comfort of talking about the subject matter. I guess this is a catalyst for conversation about a really important issue that people shy away from and deal with behind closed doors. And we want to shine some light on it and make people comfortable talking about it and I guess addressing the horror that coercive what's the word, control can have.
Sorry, it's the lights. The lights will do this to you.
And the microphone and a beautiful. Anyway, that's what I hope for. And we also hope that organizations that already advocate for and work in the world of mental health will use the film as a tool to raise awareness about their organizations and to raise funds for their organizations and to use it. And that's what we intend to do, is donate it. So license free to those organizations, and I hope they will use it.
And I think this film is so necessary, and I'm sure you've already had some responses here to this film. Eric, could you talk about what that's been like from other audience seeing this film?
Sure. Yeah, we've done only a few screenings, but it's been this amazing spectrum of reactions. On the one hand, a lot of people talk about how uncomfortable it is and also how affirming it is because they feel seen. But I've also had people come up to me and say, quietly, I think I need to check my own behavior. I think this movie makes me want to be a better husband. This movie makes me want to understand how maybe I've done this in my past. And I think also organizations have pointed out that this is an effective tool for starting dialogue about this behavior. And that's our genuine hope, is that organizations will take this film, mental health professionals will take this film and use it to create dialogue. And that's what it seems to be doing, and we couldn't be more excited about it.
How powerful, Eric, to be able to hear from the audience and people who are really looking internally at themselves. It's exactly what I'm sure you'd want to be able to hear after this.
Yeah, I had a gentleman who's very versed in film come up to me 20 minutes after the movie and tell me I've never had a short film affect me like this. So I know it works, and I'm excited to share it with the world.
So powerful. And And Amy, I also want to talk about after the film today, there'll be a Q&A and also an award that's handed out. Can you talk a little bit about what this process will be?
Absolutely. Well, we're really honored to be part of the Changemaker series, focusing a spotlight on domestic trauma for this film festival. It's a really special things that you as the festival are doing. And because of the nature of the film and what my fellow filmmakers have discussed, which is bringing in those community partners to be able to use this as a resource, we have worked with several people in the community who are the CEOs of fantastic organizations doing amazing things, whether it be with DV, with trafficking, with sexual exploitation, with child abuse, and those partners are here with us today. There'll be 3 of them up speaking with us during this panel discussion, answering questions from the audience as well as questions about the film for the filmmakers. But we're going to be awarding them, obviously, from the film festival, which is amazing, and then hearing from them how this content can be used as a catalyst for conversation and what art can do, what storytelling can do to create cultural change. And so that's going to be, I think, a really interesting conversation. I'm excited for that.
Well, I'm so glad that you all are here with the 7th turn. The last thing that I want to ask, Jillian, on behalf of yourself or anyone else here, do you know what's next for you as a filmmaker?
Oh boy, as a filmmaker, our mission is to get.
Well, you can say what's fun too. What? Just kidding. Just kidding.
Well, I think our mission is to get the film out into the world. That's what's next. Making the film is a big part of it, but frankly, getting it out into the world, distribution and getting it to the organizations that can benefit from it as a resource, that's almost a bigger deal. So that's our priority right now. That's what's next for us.
I appreciate that. That is definitely.
Well, it has qualified for the Academy Award. So we could use everyone collectively to cross their fingers or toes or whatever they can cross. But it is being voted on right now for the Academy. So
congratulations. Thank you for mentioning that as well. How wonderful. Well, I am so glad that you brought this film, this eye-opening film for our audiences, but also those who are listening and watching this. Make sure, how can you help out? How can you look into what these organizations are doing to help support them too? But thank you so much, all of you, for bringing the 7th turn here to the Twin Cities Film Fest. Appreciate you all.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll
Thanks
be back.
for watching.
We'll be back. More red carpet interviews coming up next. Make sure you're sticking around.